Hello everyone, welcome back to Blackjack. I'm Blackjack Aviani, and we are still on OBS. I haven't found any other program. I don't know if I am going to find any other program. Apparently XSplit is like the only one that'll actually let you interact with the video in the recording software. So, I have no idea. Anyway, today's death battle is going to be a little unusual because I have absolutely zero experience with either of these characters. I always say I need to sit down and read/watch JoJo at some point. Still never have. Demon Slayer, there's the sister who's somehow a demon and she has a scroll in her mouth and something. And there's a guy with a boar's head, but it's just like he's just wearing it. It's not his actual head. So, yeah, I'm going to be fumbling a lot. Oh, and I have been spoiled on who the next fight is.
Tanjiro Kamado, the sun-breathing demon slayer swordsman.
Jonathan Joestar, the very first JoJo who ever Jojed.
These two anime monster hunters are as deadly with a blade as they are infinitely good-natured.
But don't cross them, else they
Did
might
they have
leave
something
you
further back
breathless.
in time than that?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Awesome. Looks like they're using 3.5
Taisho
or
Japan,
whatever that's
an
called.
era of unparalleled progress and imperial domination. But this empire had a sickness, a rot at its core.
Well, they
Demons.
tend to.
This race of superhuman cannibals originated from one being, their all-powerful progenitor, Muzan Kibutsuji.
Who spent his evenings slaughtering families and eating them, including the Kamado clan.
Though one of
Yeah.
them fatefully survived, the eldest son, Tanjiro.
Well, the good news is your sister Nezuko is alive too. Bad news is she's a demon now, so sorry,
Yeah.
Chip, I'm chalking this day up as an L.
But Tanjiro possessed the golden heart of an anime protagonist, and he
Yeah.
devoted his life to curing Nezuko's curse and ending Muzan's evil once and for all.
So he joins
Sounds
the Demon
good.
Slayer Corps, a secret group of badass demon hunters with badass swords, forged from a unique sunlight-absorbing ore. The Nichiren Blade is one of the only weapons that can decapitate a demon and end their unholy existence for good.
Yeah, for some reason I'm reminded of Boktai. I don't know if you guys have ever played that. I've actually never even played it. It was a Game Boy game where you had to play it outside because the game itself, like the game cartridge, had a solar panel on it. And you would use that solar panel to charge up sunlight in the game so you could kill vampires.
Good, especially when combined with the Slayer's fancy pants katana magic.
It isn't katana magic. Okay, well, it's totally katana magic, but that's not what it's called.
Yeah, it's breathing, which is so lame. Anybody can do that. Oh God, I was wrong.
The use
Yep.
of breathing is
Organs
crucial to
and stuff.
real-life martial arts. Deeper breaths massage the organs below the diaphragm, relaxing your body and lowering its energy requirement, while simultaneously giving you more energy to use.
Tanjiro mastered this breathing shit
All
so
right.
well, he could do it in his sleep. Literally 24/7.
This is total concentration breathing, a technique developed by the
Okay. Superhuman sense of smell can predict enemy movements. Somehow you smell different if you're going to move another way. See-through world.
Demon Slayers in order to massively increase their physical abilities to match their blatantly superhuman foes. Through the measured intake of oxygen, users can boost their concentration, reactions, and even manipulate the flow of their blood. This can help in slowing down poisons or speeding up the coagulation of wounds.
Which means he can use it to quickly recover in case of injury or fatigue. And Demon Slayers
see.
can combine their breathing with their blades for, well, katana magic.
Each breathing style is a separate form of sword combat. The first form Tanjiro mastered was water breathing, a flexible
Alright.
defensive style where a user's blade summons water to slice like a raging current.
Tanjiro's literal boneheaded stubbornness.
Okay. A common misconception is that the elemental effects from breathing are just artistic flair, but there have been numerous situations where the elements interacted uniquely in battle or were used as projectiles. So that's going to be relevant later. That's going to be relevant. If Jonathan can steel elements or whatever. I don't know what
Made
he
him a
does.
prodigy demon slayer in no time.
He proved to be a tactical genius in combat, able to discern an opponent's weaknesses and exploit them in the heat of the moment. It was almost as if demon slaying was in his very blood.
Is it?
Because it was. Hundreds of years ago, the creator of the very first breathing style taught this knowledge to Tanjiro's ancestors, who passed it down to Tanjiro himself.
This was the dance of the...
So can Nezuko use it? Or I imagine having that thing in her mouth would definitely, you know, slow that down. But, you know, she could breathe out her nose. Create swift currents, can redirect projectiles. Increases cutting power. How much, though? Create strong flames. Debilitates regeneration. Interesting. I'm assuming that means on the flames do that, so it's on the opponent. Overuse weakens the user.
Fire God, the Hinokami Kagura, sun breathing.
With sun breathing, Tanjiro's sword bursts into godlike flames that slow a demon's healing factor and can turn into a wicked fire dragon.
Slows a demon's healing factor. Has he used it against human foes?
Sun breathing increases Tanjiro's speed and power, but at a cost. It will quickly tire him out, and overuse could severely debilitate him.
Which can also turn on this really distracting birthmark on his forehead.
Through intense stress and exertion, Tanjiro can activate this Demon Slayer mark, which boosts his already crazy strength and speed even further.
And gives him access to the see-through world.
All
Basically,
right.
it slows down time for Tanjiro and gives him X-ray vision.
This allows him such a precise
that's what
understanding of his opponent's muscle movements that he can predict their future actions. Sort of like a spider sense. He can even do the same with just his sense of smell. No Demon Slayer mark needed. Not only can his nose detect people from hundreds of yards away, it lets him find an opponent's opening in battle even easier than before.
How long does he have to concentrate on it, though?
Being an anime swordsman would make Tanjiro even edgier than his blade, but he's basically the group mom, with an innocent little cherub sweetness matched only by his raw badassery.
Tanjiro is tough enough to survive being stabbed in the stomach, fast enough to dodge lightning, and strong enough to slice through and derail a literal demon train.
That demon turned himself into a train, Wiz! Funniest shit I've ever seen. And this demon, Domo...
Do 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 do. Question is, can you suplex it?
was able to breathe the air into this giant ice statue in only a few seconds. That takes a lot of energy.
And Tanjiro's managed to keep up with similarly powerful demons like Hantengu, Akaza, and eventually the strongest of them all, Muzan himself.
With the help of his friends, of course.
It would take all their efforts and countless sacrifices. But Tanjiro and the Demon Slayers would continue to fight to realize their dream of a world that is safe for humanity. And whatever Inosuke is.
Victorian England, an infamously shit-tastic time to be alive.
Yeah, no
You were
kidding.
A lowly street rat or a wealthy noble. Okay, well,
Was
that
he
last
eating
one probably
potato
wasn't
chips?
That is, unless
Or
your
not
dad,
potato
in all
chips,
his
fries.
infinite wisdom, decided to
Chips
adopt
to
the
them.
single greatest asshole in human history and make him your brother. That'd make you one unlucky schmuck.
That would make you Jonathan Joestar.
Hadn't you heard, Wiz? Everybody just calls him JoJo.
In an effort to take
Yeah,
the Joestar
yeah.
fortune for himself, Jonathan's new
Likes Dio, but it's complicated. Isn't... Yeah, they're doing that thing again where what I think the height and weight... Like, it seems like 231 pounds is very low for someone who's 6'5" and as muscular as that.
new brother Dio dedicated his life to breaking Jonathan emotionally, turning him into a docile puppet. But after being bullied, beaten, and thoroughly traumatized, something awakened deep in Jonathan's heart. The raging fire of a gentleman.
I don't think beating the living piss out of Dio was gentle, but it sure was satisfying. Too bad it didn't last forever.
Yeah,
because
unfortunately.
only a few years later, Dio got his revenge when he turned into a vampire and killed Papa Joestar. Classic Dio.
With Dio now bent on world domination,
You had to expect
Jonathan
something
needed
like that
more
was
than
gonna
his
happen, huh?
righteous fist to save the day.
Yeah, he needed a creepy floating Italian man that punches frogs with the power of the sun.
It wasn't wasn't just any creepy floating Italian man. It was Will Antonio Zeppeli, a practitioner of HAMON, an ancient martial art designed specifically to do battle against vampires like Dio. Through their breaths,
Alright.
HAMON users can
Okay, so you have one human who is trained to fight demons, one human who is trained to fight vampires, and they're going to be fighting each other. So
blast a hot electric ripple out of their bodies and flood it into their opponents. Huh.
That's what Hamon means in English. The ripple. Man, if I had a nickel for every anime protagonist who killed monsters with the power of breathing, well, that'd be 2 nickels. But let's agree, it's weird that it happened twice.
Well, I don't know, does
HAMON
Zeppeli count as a
massively
protagonist?
increases a user's physical ability.
Secondary, at least, right? Water walking. Okay, he also has healing. But Tanjiro can stop that, can't he? Can generate Hamon through surfaces such as metal. Is that going to include Tanjiro's sword?
And allows them to disintegrate vampires with a single punch. In order to fight Dio, Zeppeli taught Jonathan everything he knew.
Like the zoom punch,
Awesome.
where Jonathan stretches his arm and punches an opponent from far away like he chomped on a gum-gum fruit. He does this by using the ripple to dull the pain of dislocating his shoulder before snapping it back. It might sound crazy, but there are real-life examples of breathing.
Oh God, do I want to watch this?
Superpowers.
Like the Dutch adventurer Wim Hof, who can survive being nearly totally submerged in ice water
Okay.
for almost 2 hours.
It's not
Through
gonna be
forced exhalation,
dislocation.
Hof drops his oxygen levels in order to supercharge his body's thermoregulation and release euphoric chemicals to numb the pain, just like the zoom punch.
Euphoric chemicals.
Hamon is basically just like the Eastern idea of chi. Voila! Which is circulated through the body by, what else? Breathing. And just
Awesome.
like chi, it can do lots of crazy shit.
Like walking on water, magnetizing plants, or controlling an enemy's muscles. It can even be transferred through solid surfaces like metal.
And he can catch his fists on fire and slam you senseless with his patented Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. It'll leave any monster smiling and satisfied.
Uh-huh. Jonathan took these skills as he, Zeppeli, and the definitely not just there for exposition Speedwagon invaded Dio's domain and waged war against an army of bloodthirsty zombies.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm wondering about the transfers through metal thing. Tanjiro has that sword, but it's also like a special metal?
Including
I don't
Dio's
know.
right-hand monsters, Rupert and Tarkus. Tarkus was strong enough to rip entire boulders out of the ground and slice through a cliff with one swing. He could even snap JoJo's neck and cut our old pal Zeppeli in half. Rest in peace, creepy floating Italian man. Sorry you had to be born the mentor. Hope none of your relatives die horrifying death too.
Before succumbing,
Yep.
Zeppeli's last act was to pass his ripple onto Jonathan, not only allowing him to heal his own broken neck, but also combine their energies together.
And making
Okay,
JoJo
so I saw the swing energy there was like twice the energy output feat that we saw at one point in Tanjiro's.
Joe's strong enough to cut through Tarkus's giant arm. Not with his nifty new sword Pluck, with his bare goddamn hand.
With this power
Yike.
boost, Jonathan faced Dio once and for all, and fisted
Well-
him with his raging hot ripple. Wait,
Now, fist
Okay, Dio had a different body in part 3, but nothing suggests it was any stronger than the body he had when he fought Jonathan. It may actually be a bit weaker on account of said body rejecting
Dio
him.
was pretty impressive, considering Dio could later fight faster than light stands like Star Platinum. Hell, even other Ripple users like Joseph can dodge beams of light too.
but more than his strength or speed, or even Hamon, Jonathan's greatest strength was always his
Okay, healed a broken neck in seconds. Fought with several broken bones, so he's not taking the time necessarily to heal himself in battle.
intelligence and unstoppable determination. It was that burning drive for justice that defeated Dio all those years ago, and the same one that
Defeated.
defeated him again. But this victory was bittersweet.
He may be built like a brick shithouse, but Jonathan's got the personality of a golden retriever. Even after everything Dio did to him, all the lies and abuse and dad murder, Jonathan still loved him like a brother, and still cried those hot, wet 80s man-made tears.
And even after Dio returned on Jonathan's wedding night to murder him and steal his body, Jonathan sacrificed himself so his wife and unborn child could escape. But he did not die in vain. His bloodline would continue throughout the ages, spawning a line of illustrious and bizarre heroes who would crush Dio's plans and save the universe.
Awesome.
And they all had one thing in common. His name, JoJo. Wait, is the ripple his tip?
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Ads.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Babel.
A high point in our
Dividends.
subscriptions. There's
Shut.
In the real world.
18 different
We help you
you can access money.
No.
Death Battle.
No.
Language for
Okay. Honestly, I think it's gonna depend on if Jonathan can control Tanjiro's sword or not. I honestly don't know. It seems like knowing an opponent's location, if the opponent can attack from farther away than you think. I don't know. Like, if Tanjiro has Jonathan disarmed, Jonathan could do the stretchy arm thing. How far can he stretch? Is it like a Dalsim thing? Or just, like, gaining an upper hand? Pun not intended. Okay, so I have no idea. I feel like I really should know more about these characters, but I don't.
Step aside! I've sworn to slay all of Dio's demonic minions.
I don't know who you are, but you better leave her alone!
You poor wretch, shackled by the chains of this harpy's insidious mind control. On
She
my
started loading,
honor,
but
as a
then she started
gentleman,
loading again.
I will free you!
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did you bump your head?
Wait! It forgot to do that.
Total concentration! Water breathing!
Most unorthodox.
Most
Fight with
unorthodox.
valor, noble swordsman, but I know the burning passion of my heart will carry me through!
Aw, he's kind of adorable! Like a puppy! I wonder if he has a caretaker nearby.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so we do the stretchy arms.
You're mine!
He hasn't unsheathed his sword yet at all.
Footwork!
Yeah, you gotta pick up a tree, right? Alright.
Nice try! Incredible! You could teach me a thing or two!
Yeah, well.
Scarlet Overdrive!
His breathing is carrying some kind of energy. Like me. That means I know how to
Tell them.
stop him.
Oh. Okay. I'm loving the
My neck! Does he know?
switching angles.
Silver Overdrive!
Okay, well that sword's down, but he still has his. And that makes him a target, doesn't it?
Fate!
Yep.
And for my lungs!
Oh my.
2 inches off. Did he dodge?
Uh-oh. Goodness. Well, the sword's in him. Well, dang.
She's my sister.
Anime tears. There we go.
On my honor as a gentleman, I will protect her with my life.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure thing. Nezuko's got no idea what's going on. Interesting!
No! I'm not crying. I'm only crying really hard. Holy shit, hold me, bro.
I'm only crying because you are, holy shit!
Paper, Tanjiro did initially seem to have more advantages in this bout.
For sure. He'd been training for
Yeah, see, I knew it was gonna come down to the metal thing.
With way more experienced teachers. Tanjiro's Demon Slayer journey took place over a couple of years, while Jonathan's Ripple training was less than a month.
Tanjiro was obviously a superior swordsman with a variety of powerful techniques and katana magic, while Jonathan really only improvised as a swordsman.
But that's where the advantages stop. Sure, Jonathan wasn't a natural swordsman, but he more than made up for it in hand-to-hand combat, while Tanjiro was pretty much out of options without a blade.
Jonathan also had an edge in strength. Comparing Tanjiro to Doma...
Okay, the reason I was looking over to the side, the smoke alarm went off. Even if we apply kinetic energy to Tanjiro's feats, the results will still be inferior to those of other major JoJo feats that Jonathan scales to, such as Jolene deflecting meteorites.
JoJo to Tarkus, Jonathan was over twice as strong, and while Tanjiro later fought the more
This is the
powerful
second
Muzan,
reaction I've
Jonathan
had.
did the same with
Where
Dio.
He was
the
way
frickin'
faster too.
smoke alarm went
While
off.
Tanjiro and his pals could dodge lightning, we can compare Jonathan to other Ripple users like Joseph, who could dodge light, which is over 3,000.
Joseph had superior Ripple training. He was able to keep up with the Pillar Men, who also react to light beams while still a novice.
1,000 times faster. That might seem crazy, but in Part 3, Dio was able to keep up with stands like Star Platinum, which can move faster than light. Dio did this on his own, and that was while using Jonathan's body.
Even with multiple ways to predict Jonathan's movements and see the flow of his Ripple with X-ray vision, Tanjiro would not have been fast enough to keep up.
Especially with the Ripple backing him up. Sure, the water and fire Tanjiro generates is impressive, but Jonathan was tough enough to power through it.
Oh, Tanjiro could merely slow bleeding. Jonathan could heal entire broken limbs. Oh, interesting.
Tanjiro, though,
I thought they
had
could
no
both
way to defend
heal
against the Ripple
a lot
bypassing
more than
his
that.
durability and directly messing with his organs.
Such as manipulating his muscles like a puppeteer, or directly shutting off his brain or heart, something other Ripple users have done to ordinary humans with a single zap. And Jonathan had the opportunity to do this literally every time Tanjiro blocked his blade.
Sure,
Yep.
Tanjiro could recover himself with the breath, but that...
Okay. Yeah, the blade would conduct HAMON. Yeah, see, I knew it would. I knew that would be a factor. I knew it.
And while Sun Breathing's overuse was dangerous to Tanjiro, JoJo's HAMON had no such drawback.
Which meant that JoJo could keep fighting for as long as he needed to.
Tanjiro was never going to go down easy, but Jonathan's speed, HAMON, and righteous gentlemanly fists carried him to
Righteous
victory.
gentleman.
Jonathan took Tanjiro's breath away.
The winner is Jonathan Joestar.
All right, now
Thank you for watching. Stay
I already
tuned. We'll be
know. Okay, Benji Buckley and Billy B. Burson. Oh no, that's the Zach Maher is Tanjiro. Should I do the thing where I look up the actors? Nah, not right now. I'm as you can see, it's already kind of late here. Well, it's 6:52 p.m., but I already know the next battle is Thor versus Vegeta.
But you can always get
And,
more Death Battle right now by clicking
honestly,
on the
I'm a
little
little
box right over there,
sore
and by
on
downloading
being
the battle
spoiled for
music
that.
linked down below.
I do not like being spoiled. I still don't know what they have in common. Like, what do they have in common? Aside from being warrior princes. Let's see. Where's the comment section? Where's the comment section? It's chat replay. Oh, it's all the way down here? It's two of the nicest characters fighting or a misunderstanding. If death battle rules weren't clear, the guys would be best friends. Never thought there would be a most depressing death battle episode, but here we are. Well done, I guess. Okay, well, I'm gonna let y'all go. See you in 2 weeks. Oh, for God's sakes. I gotta figure out what the hell is going on with this. My parents are down there. They're just cooking. Nothing's actually on fire, or there would be yelling and stuff. But, yeah, it's just we gotta clean out the stove. It's weird. Or clean out the oven, rather. Alright, well, I will see you in 2 weeks. Good job, everyone.